Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Ken here, and listen, I got something really special for you today. Last week, I did a live training with my Accelerate clients. Now, these folks are all people that are in a 12-month coaching relationship with me, and I'm helping them with every aspect of launching and scaling an online coaching business. And in this session, we did like a crazy deep dive in the whole world of online courses. How do you figure out what your online course is worth? How do you figure out what the bonuses are? And what's the science behind having bonuses? And why is it crucial that you have bonuses when you're selling an online course today? And then finally, we talked about how to start making money with your online course before you actually even start selling and building the course. We covered all, and it was so powerful that I wanted to share it with you right now. Now, if you're listening to this on the podcast, go ahead and listen, but I definitely encourage you to go watch the video on the YouTube channel as well. With all that said, let's watch the intro, and then we're going to get into the training. So the big question is this: how is a tiny percentage of entrepreneurs blow the pack away? What are they doing that we're not? I asked myself that question for 10 years. I was failing forward and getting sick of it. I wanted to build a coaching business, but couldn't make any headway. So I started studying. I realized that the world's most elite marketers, entrepreneurs, and gurus were all using the same 4-step system. I call it the authority factor. On the show, I'm going to prove to you that the authority factor worked for them and it'll work for you. My name is Ken Dunn. Let's get started. And I think that's one of my favorite parts. But anyway, if I go in here into the 30-day course builder program, you're going to see a whole new section that I just restructured this over the last couple of days. And it's all about beta launching. And so that's what we're really going to talk about today is beta launching your program. But I wanted to make sure you guys knew that. So if you miss anything, there's a couple cool things that are in here. I even did a little training video on how to use Zoom to record content and how to develop your bonuses. So we're going to talk about pricing. We're going to talk about developing your bonuses and beta launching. And I'm going to just get back on here and share my screen here. And again, if anybody has any questions, just write them down. And I'll pause every once in a while. I'll just ask everybody if they have any questions. But obviously, when you launch your course, when you join to build a course, you have an idea in your mind of the course you want to build. And then if you go through the training and just follow the training, just trust me, watch the videos and do exactly what I'm doing in the videos. And then for all of you in the 30-day course builder program, give it a shot. Go into the guide section in the Facebook group and just watch a video a day. Because that program, the Professional Speaker Secrets program, we launched it and made 18 grand in the first 30 days. It's all there. And a really great way to go through the 30-day course builder is to watch a video a day and start to do the thing and then use the members area training to help fill in the gaps as you're going through it. It'll work really well. Okay, so anyway, first thing I want to talk about how do you price a program? And there's two parts to this. You got to do market research. Most important thing you want to do. And then the second part is surveys. Easiest way in the world to figure that stuff out. And you got to do those in tandem. And then the second thing we want to talk about tonight is bonuses. How do you figure out? Like, is anybody that's building a course right now, has anybody here, like, you got to build these bonuses. You saw the way I hit you guys up with all the great bonuses I gave you when you joined the program. But has anybody got stuck on it? Like when you're thinking, okay, I'm new to this. I don't have a big business already. I don't have hundreds of clients, but I got to figure these bonuses out. No? If you have, if that's been on your mind, type yes in the chat or me in the chat or something, because I can't see you guys all right now. All I can see is this big white screen. Okay, so I got one person that was on their mind. Anyway, that's good. So we're going to talk about bonuses. And then we're going to get into how does a beta launch work? And what's involved in it. But before we do, let me talk a little bit about theory. One of the biggest reasons I like to do a beta launch The obvious reason, it brings in money fast. Because everybody that is launching a business like this, they're in a groove in their lives right now, and they're making a certain amount of money. And I'm not pointing fingers or saying anything to anybody, but life is tough right now. Money's tight, right? The other thing that most people, they don't understand about beta launches is it's my favorite way. Well, let me just see. I'm going to try and actually print slow tonight so you can actually see it. It's one of my favorite ways to record content. So this training I'm doing right now, I'm actually going to add this into the online course Made Easy program, because it's going to be good, because I know that what I'm going to show you guys right now, you're going to come up with some questions. And at the end of this, if you've got some ideas for your bonuses that you want to run by me, we'll do it. And the more you engage with me right now, the better training it's going to be for a lot of people over the future. So, all right, so let's talk about pricing first. How do you figure out what a price is worth, or what a course is worth, what your course is going to be? The easiest way is to do market research. And what I mean by that is this. Let me just stop sharing this screen for a second, because I'm going to go share my other screen. I'll come back to this in a second. The fact of the matter is, friends, somebody's already built your course. Meaning it's not your course, because your course is going to be unique because it's you, but somebody's already built a course just like yours. And a lot of people that are really new to this space, they get really nervous about that. They get bent out of shape, and they're wondering, oh, am I too late? Is somebody already doing it? Why would they buy it from me? And the reality, the answer to all of those questions is the world is too big. You will never, ever sell your course to everybody, and not one person ever will. In fact, to emphasize that point, it was really funny because I was on a call earlier today with somebody who just bought into the online course, 30-day course builder program. And I had a chit chat with them. They were the first ones to buy that day. And in the middle of the conversation, I mentioned the name Tony Robbins in front of that person. And you know what he replied? Who's that? Didn't know who it was. And that didn't surprise me. That's how big the world is. And so if anybody is here right now and you've got that doubt in your mind, like who'd buy my program, just put it out of your mind right now, because the world is way too big. And that actually represents or presents the best way to figure out what you should charge for your course. And I'll show you as an example. If I'm going to go here right now, even when I launched the 30-day course builder program, what I did is I went to Google and I researched it. And I would strongly encourage you guys to do this. I went to online course builder. I'll say build an online course. You just search a bunch of things, building, and I don't know, they'll search how to build an online course. And I just start doing research. Now I know right away I've got all these platforms that have their ads there, but I can look through it. I'm not looking for the company name. What I'm looking for is videos and things from people that are course creators that are selling programs. So you can go through and look, it's a hot topic, right? So you see a whole bunch of people there. But if I go to the videos now, it's going to show me everything that's happening on YouTube. And I can see all these tutorials that are coming up, how to build an online course. How to build an online course. These are companies that have online course selling platforms. Jillian Perkins, how to build an online course with Teachable. And if I go down into the notes here, I know I'm going to find, so what Jillian has, she has a really neat funnel where she leads you into a quiz and then sells the program on the back end. I'm sure that's what it is. So I'll start doing research on Jillian. I'll open this up here. What I'm trying to do is find the price of her program. So she's got programs here. Video Creator Academy. So she doesn't actually have a program that teaches online course building. So that's cool. So I'll go back again and you just keep looking. I'll show you one just to cut to the chase. What I found was these guys. Course Builder, I think it was Course Builder Pro. Oh, Course Creator Pro, here it is. So I saw this and the guy does a lot of video. There's a video right here.
Most of you are aware that I run an online film school called.
And there's the free training right there. So I'm going to go to the free training. I'm going to watch the free training.
10 secrets to selling online courses. So we're going to be.
And I know there's a course coming at the end of this. What I want to do is start to watch the video. And I want to see credibility. I want to see people that are going to tell me right up front they're selling a course at the end of this.
Over $7 million in revenue in less than 4 years of operation. Learn these secrets. All we ask in return is for your email address so we can send you more helpful tips. So enter your email and let's get started. Since launching in 2016.
So I've already watched this, but if you go down here, you can see the sales page and it's $997. So what I found, friends, by looking at half a dozen of these funnels, there's $997. That's why I priced my course, my online course made easy program, the 30-day course builder program, at $897. And you can do that in any niche. So if I go back to Google and I type how to lose 30 pounds in 3 months, there's going to be hundreds of videos and I just have to follow the yellow brick road and I'm going to get to the people that are selling courses and I can find the pricing. I can see. So you want to find 2 or 3 different people that are doing that are running their own programs, and you're going to see that. So let me just go back to screen sharing. Anybody have any questions about that? Yeah, Diana.
Yeah. Do you always price do you always price it cheaper than what other people are selling it for?
I do. Yeah, and I'll tell you why. I'm going to get back into that in a second anyway, so I can mention it now. It is a lot easier to raise a price than lower a price.
Oh.
So whenever I launch a new program, I am going to sell. Like sometimes I have to slap myself in the head because I stop myself sometimes because I'll look at it. You'll see in a second what I mean by that. I'll start selling a course that I know is worth $2,000. I'll start selling it for $297. And the reason I do is in the early days, I don't want the added stress of a higher price because some people, it literally is more expensive and it's sometimes out of their price range. And I know the lower I make it, the more people I can get into the program, even if there's not a big chance of them buying anything else because they can't afford it. What I want is that critical mass in the beginning. I want to get as many people as I can in the beginning as possible. And then once I see that the price is working and I got some testimonials, my first goal, whenever I launch a new program, I'm going to put this in big letters. First goal has nothing to do with money. It's video testimonials. And you guys have seen how I use them. Type me in the chat right now if that was one of the things that really got you believing in me when you saw those video testimonials of people that have been through the programs. Yeah, see, and that's a big deal. So what I'm going to do in the very beginning is I'm going to price my course below market value so that I can get more people in, and I'm going to work extra hard in the beginning to get those people results, give away free coaching, private coaching, you name it, because those video testimonials they're worth gold. In fact, in my podcast, there's a whole show on the podcast about that very subject. And that's why I do it. Now, the other thing that goes along with this, I was saying up here earlier in pricing surveys, it's another good way to figure out the price range for your course. It's surveying your prospects or your ideal candidates. Now, if you don't have an email list, don't worry about it, because the easiest way in the world to survey anybody right now is putting a post on your Facebook page. And I'll give you an example. Let me just get out of here. I'll just stop sharing this again. I'm going to go back to sharing my screen. And I'm going to go to Facebook. And I'm going to say, hey, friends, I need your opinion. I'm seriously thinking of investing in a video, in a photo video online course. I'm wondering what a good price is. Anyone have any opinions? Now, just so we're clear there, that little post I just put on my Facebook page, that's a survey. And that's the way I think you should do that. Because if you go to your Facebook group and your Facebook friends and you say, hey guys, I'm building this brand new online course and it's going to help everybody to lose weight and it's going to be so handy dandy. How much do you think I should charge for it? People are never going to give you their honest opinion because you're friends. But if you pose your question like that to them, you're going to see things that are all over the map. Now you got to take it with a grain of salt, right? Because you're going to have some asses that say, oh, I wouldn't pay anything. It's free on YouTube. Or, oh, I wouldn't pay more than $50. But if you ask that question enough times in enough ways, you'll get some feedback. And then that will almost validate what you're thinking from doing your market research. And I think that's kind of that's the way I would go about it anyway, getting the best price for my program. Anybody else have any questions on that stuff? And if you guys figure out, like if you start getting a price you like and it makes sense and it's consistent with what I'm talking about into your head, then just put a post in the Facebook group. Say, hey, Ken, I'm thinking of charging X for my online course here, but please tell me how you came up with the price. Say I found 4 other people, like justify it to me a little bit and I'll give you my feedback on it. I am more than happy to spend all day responding to people and giving these thoughts out, because I've built 7 programs and I've sold millions of dollars worth of these courses. And I want nothing more than to create 100 millionaires in the next 3 years. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. And I'm working as hard as I'm working at this stuff these days. I think it's freaking cool. Okay. So here's the deal. We got to talk about bonuses now. Or the stack. So the term is a bonus stack. And what that looks like, just to have a little example of it here. Let me go back into Zoom, stop sharing my screen again, bouncing all over the place. Start sharing my screen here. A bonus stack is things you're going to add to an offer in addition to your course. And some people say, well, why do I have to do that? Why can't I just sell the course? And the answer very candidly is you have to do it because everybody else is doing it. And you need to increase value in order to get more people to jump into a program. So here's an example. Here's the 30-day course builder program. And you can see, if I go down to the bottom, you can see the stack all in one slide. Every single thing that's on here, the value can be justified and proven. Luckily for me, because my business is so evolved, it's because we sell all these things at these prices. And we have sold them at these prices for a long time. But there's a methodology to how you do this. And here's the big thing I want you to write in your notes. If you're writing notes, you build bonuses to alleviate or eliminate stress, and you build your bonuses to eliminate objections. And this is the way you properly build a bonus structure. Now, for any online course, your bonus structure, and there's no, anybody who tells you that there's an absolute to this, they haven't done it long enough themselves. There's no absolute to it. But what I like to see in my programs is somewhere between 4 and 6 bonuses. Here's the secret. Here's one of the things that you want to test yourself when you're building your program. It's called the 10x factor. And this is just something we're going to put to the test here in a second. We'll build out some bonuses together to help you to understand it. But what that means is for people to really, and this is something that's been proven in people's subconscious, for them to believe in you, in what you're selling them, and for them to get excited about it, your total retail oh, good Lord. My apologies, folks. Got to slow down, Ken. Retail price should be 10 times more than your workshop special. And it's actually 10 to 15 times. Somewhere in that range is good. So what that means is if you're selling a program that's $899, then your stack, the value of your stack should be somewhere between 9K and 15K. And the way you figure it out, the way you do it, let me just give you an example. I'll explain the science behind the offer I just showed you guys. So we sell the 30-day course builder program. As a package, as a bundle that you can only get all those things on the webinar, on the workshop. The offer itself, so the course, we sell it through our sales team for $1,997. So now this is what I've got so far. I've got the course, and I've got to get my bonus package up to between 9 and 15 grand. The question you're going to ask yourself, this is what you have to remember. Bonuses eliminate objections. So like I was talking to everybody in the Accelerate group today, the year-long coaching program. And friends, if you are not in our Accelerate group, if you haven't looked at it yet, I know there's some of you that it's just not financially feasible for you, but it's a fast track. It really is. In fact, I'm going to get Diana, who's here right now, to give it a shameless plug. Diana, is the Accelerate group that you're in worth the money that you put into it?
Yes, I truly believe it is. I think it's one of the best values of courses in any area that I have done. And a lot of the value is Ken himself, but the abundance of material is incredible.
Thank you. So the point, the reason I say that is not, I'm not trying to brag about it. I'm just saying that it's a really it's just a fast track. And for those that don't know what it is, the Accelerate program is a year-long coaching program where I meet at least once a week with that group. And it's a small group. There's 6 people in it. And I essentially, because it's a small group and because we meet every week, I work on their businesses with them. And we're just getting into building funnels and building websites. And I'll be there every week with them, actually building the funnels with them and sometimes for them, just because I want to make sure I build the slide decks with them. I review the slide decks with them. They practice with me. They get feedback like that. They have access to me on Voxer. Makes the whole damn thing easier. Okay, anyway, what we talked about today is this: bonuses eliminate objections. So the very first thing you want to do when you're trying to figure out your bonuses is create a list of every objection that your avatar could possibly have. Now, this is where you want to list them in, the biggest objection to the smallest objection. So when I did this for the online course program, and I did this every time I build a course and I get to the bonuses, I write out the objections. The first one that was in my mind was building websites. That's the biggest objection I hear all the time. I can't build a website. I don't know how to build those funnels. I don't want to build those funnels, any of that stuff. All that stuff. And then the next thing that always comes to mind is being alone. Or what's that word? I can't believe it's lost my mind. What's that problem you have when you have a hard time getting things done? Just type it in the chat. You know the word already. Procrastinator. Did somebody type it in there, or did I guess before anybody told me? No, procrastinator. So they procrastinate. And then the next is there's a lot of people that want hand-holding. Like they want to be able to have me right there at their beck and call. I see that a lot. And that'll be another objection. And then another objection will be that tech stuff. In general, they'll say, oh, that tech stuff. I just can't do that tech stuff. And I started building, and then the negative thoughts, and then they have no money. And they have no following. So all these things, I just write them all out. So now I start thinking about my offer. So I have the course itself, which has an established value. If you haven't sold it before, then you've done your market research. You feel good about your value. And now you look at your list and you say, okay, for all of these objections, how can I eliminate each one of these? How can I increase the value of the offer, make people feel, you want to take people from this is a nice idea to I need to have this offer. And if you eliminate all of their objections, you're going to get there. So objection number 1, building websites. I thought, well, we do have a program where we will build, and this is the same. Anybody here can get this program if you want, just talk to your coach. We will build the online course for you. You still got to shoot the videos and everything, but we'll set it all up for you and we'll build the website for you. Like the funnel, set up your merchant account, set up your credit card processor, set up your email list, and give you an orientation with that. But we charge $5,000 for that. So I started thinking, okay, we have this product already, or we can do that, but I can't do it for everybody that way. So what could I do? I could give them the templates. So now anybody that's building an online course with us, they don't have to build any of the funnels. You just got to change the pictures. And friends, when you get to that point where you're doing it, you'll see it's so freaking easy. So we got that one covered. Now, the next thing is, and I see this a lot, people love what we're doing right now. They want to be part of groups. They want to get to know that there are other people in the programs. They don't want to do it alone. So that one was easy. That's our Facebook group. And friends, every course creator in the world has to have a Facebook group these days. So there's one of your bonuses right there too. And the way I came up with the price, $19.97, the value of our Facebook group, you can't sell a Facebook group. So anybody that says people pay $19.97 to join it, it's just not true. You're not allowed to. You'd get kicked off Facebook if you were doing that. But the way I rationalize that price, or I came to that price, is hundreds of times. You guys will hear this sometime in the future. I will do, they call them challenges now, but they do them like 5 and 10 days. But I will do like a 90-day small group push or deep dive around something, and we charge $19.97 for it. And that's part of what you get when you join the Facebook group. That's why you guys are all here right now. You get that experience. So there we go. Killed that one. Now, the other thing was everybody's always saying, can I watch you build it? Can you help me do it? And so that's what's happening to me for years. And this speaks to this hand-holding thing. So about 8 months ago, Nick wanted to build the Professional Speaker Secrets program. And I said, well, I'll build it for you, but I want to do it on Zoom every day with everybody. And everybody that was in the program at the time, they could come up and watch it live. But you see how we put it into the guide section. So you just have to watch a video a day. And we sell that for $14.97. We've sold that to people as its own entity many times. So I'll just say the 18K case study. You guys know what that is. Gone. And then the next thing is the tech stuff, right? And that's why we built the Advanced Academy. But we sell the Advanced Academy for $5,000. Now, the problem that I had there is I was like, well, I can't give it away because we've had over 100 people pay $5,000. And you got to make sure that whatever you're doing with your bonuses, you can't do anything that's going to put you at odds with your customers, because you'll just really hurt yourself. So what we decided to do is we said, okay, well, we can give it away for 90 days. So for the first 90 days, you don't pay anything. And then after that, we started that low subscription. But it's $5,000 worth of value that you're getting out of it. So if we just stop right there and we look at the pricing of that, $19.97 plus $5,000 plus $19.97 plus $14.97 plus $5,000 for Advanced Academy, $15,491. And so if we're selling it for $8.99, that's right about 15%, right?
It's even better.
Yeah, so maybe 16%, 17%, but you get the idea. So some bonuses that everybody can do. And I love this. I want you guys to think seriously about doing this. First of all, Facebook group. That's a no-brainer. The other thing that you can do, and this fits with the beta program. Imagine if you did, so you're going to know inside of your program how long it takes to do your thing. Is it 1 week? Is it 2 weeks? Is it 3 weeks? Whatever it is, there's a time frame you can attach to it. Well, in your beta launch, so that's the thing. Let me go to that first. So we're doing a beta launch now. And you can add more value by doing a beta launch. So when you're building your webinar slides, you guys see those last slides where I say, it's like the big reveal, right? I'm not going to charge you $19.97 today. And then the big X comes through it and it's $8.95. I'm only going to charge you $8.99 and you have to join while you're on this webinar. You have to create a fear of loss. That's why I tell everybody, and I mean it, when the webinar is over, nobody else can buy the program at that price point. You can't get the bonuses. Now, this is the only time I do this. For the beta launch, I'm at this price point and I'm going to tell them, I'm going to be very honest with them. I'm going to say, friends, I proved to you that I know what I'm doing with this. And I really want to help you. But you're going to be happy to know that you're the first ones to ever hear about this program because I'm launching it here with you right now. In fact, I want to build it with you. So what we're going to do today and today only, how many people would love to join this program if I gave you another 50% discount? So now that brings the price down to $449. This is our, and then I'll say, this is our beta launch special. This is a beta launch, and I'm only going to charge you $499, and I'm only going to let 20 people join at this price. No more. And here's what I'm going to give you as a bonus. We're going to meet once a week on Zoom. And this small, it's basically what you're going to offer them is a small group coaching bonus around your thing, whatever you're teaching them. What I did when we launched the Professional Speaker Secrets program, I said, you guys can meet me 30 days, once a day, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Zoom, and you're going to watch me do it. And I said, here's the great news. And I said, I'm going to record the videos with you. I'm going to be using all this stuff in the course. But what I basically did is I met them once a day and I turned it into the guide, right? I put in the guide section, which is the 30-day course builder challenge. And then we sold that. I sold that to 10 people at $14.97 so that I can say that. So what I did in the 30 days is I met them once a day and I built that program. And then I took those 30 days to also record the rest of the videos in the program. So that when I launched the program, I wasn't going to continue the small group thing. That was just for the beta launch. But now I've got another bonus. I've got that $18,000 case study, which is in the guide section. And it goes up to the full price. But I also tell them in the beta launch, and you'll put a slide in there that says, here's the rules for the beta. You have to give me a video testimonial. And that's how you get all your video testimonials. And they'll freaking do it. And it just works. So you're going to offer the small group package at the beta launch, but that disappears. So when you launch, now you've got a Facebook group. And in your Facebook group, you want to go live a couple times a week and do Q&As. You can do some impromptu trainings. I mean, you see what I do in mine. You guys just copy that stuff. It's all there. It's an example to you. And then you've got your case study, which you can put in your guide section. So there's 2 of your 4 bonuses right there.
Can I ask a question about this bonus, Ken?
Yeah, I'm just going to stop sharing this screen and I'm going to ask if anybody has questions. So that's good timing. All right, go ahead.
You just addressed something that I had been wondering about. If you have a rule saying you have to give us a testimonial,
Yep.
What do you do if they don't?
There's not much you can do.
Okay.
But let me tell you how you get your testimonials. You're guaranteed to get them. Do it in a group setting. Just ask them right in front of you, because Diana, my video editor, will have that turned into a Facebook ad by tomorrow.
Yes, got it. Okay, thank you.
Yep. Does anybody else have any questions?
I have one more question. Do you get written legal permission from them to use their video?
Yeah, what you'll do is when they first join the beta, you'll send them out a DocuSign document, and always coordinate it so that you're doing it right before a live coaching call. So whoever doesn't sign it, you can remind them about it when you get them on the call with you. All right, I see some new faces here. Some have their cameras on, some don't. So while I'm waiting for people's thoughts, why don't I put everybody on the spot who I haven't done that before, and tell me a little bit about yourself. What's your program about? What course are you building? What are you thinking? Well, let's start with Miss Hall. What's your first name, Miss Hall? Oh, you got to unmute yourself there.
Oh, sorry. Hi, how are you?
Good, thank you.
It's Nicole and Nora both. I have 2 names.
Okay.
And this is the first time for me joining the group. I am newbies here. And I haven't studied any of the posting yet.
That's okay. So why did you join? What's the program you want to build?
The program is kind of like micro medical.
Cool.
Yeah, kind of
What do you mean, like
Everything.
helping people to care for themselves type thing?
Oh, no. It's just micropigmentation in the medical aspects.
Oh,
Like for
nice. So teaching
people,
people how meditation can help them solve medical problems.
no, it's
Okay,
not
I'm
a
going to keep going until you get it right with me.
It's micropigmentation for people but mostly cancer people. Like for women, like when they do mastectomy, they have to reconstruct their breast, or people are having scars after the surgeries.
Oh,
So
cool.
it's the medical part of that plus the cosmetic side.
And is that
So
what you do now?
yeah, but I want to teach it online.
Yeah, I love it. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Friends, like anytime you can get into a niche like that, something, when you hear somebody else saying it, it might sound like it's a very small area. It's not. There's just so
No,
many.
it's not. It's huge. It's huge.
Yeah. Yeah. Where do you live?
Toronto.
Oh, okay, cool. How far away from me? What part of Toronto?
Downtown Toronto.
Okay, great. Got it. All right, Ted Morrow. I've seen the name before. Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
What part of the world? What part of the world are you guys in?
We're in Pueblo, Colorado. We're in a little farming community east of Pueblo.
Okay, and who you got there with you, Ted?
This is Gabby, and she's actually been working on setting up funnels and stuff in your authority program.
Awesome.
And I just recently did the 14-day funnel challenge. And
Awesome.
I've attempted to launch my program a few times, and I keep kind of just running out of gas or getting sidelined. I run a lot of offline businesses.
Okay.
But I have about 165 videos already put together, and it's involving trading on E-Trade. And I basically trade, I sell options, and I do it only with stocks that pay dividends, and it's all about cash flow. And I'm very selective in the companies that I pick because I don't like companies that could go to zero.
Yeah, totally. That's Ted. That's a hot topic, bud. You'll have to really. We're building out a whole new section of training, but hopefully it'll be launched before Christmas on YouTube advertising, which won't cost you anymore. It's going to be added to this program. But for anything that has to do with currencies trading or crypto, Facebook makes it really hard to advertise on their platform, but YouTube welcomes it. So you'll have to keep your eyes on anything to do with YouTube advertising if you haven't already been checking it out.
Are you familiar with Ryan Moran?
Yeah, for sure.
So I belong to capitalism.com, and it's kind of interesting because he came out with he put a program up that's almost what I do. I think I have a little bit of a swing to it because I like to advise people to buy life insurance and then do the policy loan and use the same money to grow two assets at the same time.
Yeah, totally.
He doesn't have that in his, but he has a site called capitalism.com.
Yep.
And he charges $97 a month for it. And the stock part is just part of the program. And so I bought a domain called hwrelationships.com. And, that's kind of what I want to do is just make a membership that deals with health, wealth, and relationships.
Yeah, the challenge. So I've had a lot of people think about these combined programs, and I'm not saying it's a good idea or a bad idea, but what I will tell you is when somebody always remember this: the confused mind takes no action. So when somebody is scrolling, there's going to be either their health or their wealth that is their biggest problem. And they're more likely to jump on one thing that covers one area as opposed to two. So if you try to combine those things together, you might have more challenges than if you tried to sell them separately.
Right. So Ryan breaks his out into separate courses in separate areas.
Yeah, and sells them separately because of that. It's probably because he did try and do it together. I'll give you an example. When I first launched my company, I built a program called the Authority Factor, which I sell now. But when I first got started and I was just like the up and comer, I really had a hard time getting anybody to buy it. And so I surveyed a bunch of people that sat through my presentation, and they all said the same thing. They said, it's just too much stuff all at the same time. And so I went back to them and I said, okay, here's 3 of the main areas that I teach on the webinar. One is writing a book, another is building an online course, and another is one-on-one coaching. Which of these would you be the most interested in doing? And 80% of the people came back and said, write a book. And so I launched a new program, which was just one little piece of the old program, which was just about how to write a book, and made $1 million in 8 months.
Wow.
So and this is good advice for anybody that's here. So if you're coming in right now to the program, guys, and you're thinking, I'm a coach of this topic, like a life coach, if you will. And I want to teach everybody, I want to build an online course around life coaching, around having like the greatest of every part of their lives. Somebody new is really going to have a hard time with that. But if you go back to that topic, that whole big topic that you're an expert in, and you say, okay, what's the biggest challenge of all of these areas that I feel confident teaching people, and start with that one little piece first, build an online course around that one idea first, you're actually setting yourself up to make a lot more money. Because when people go to my writing weekend and they write their books with me, 98% of them end up buying another program from me after that writing weekend. Why? It's because going through the first program and getting the result, their trust and confidence in me grew. And then a lot of times they ask me, what should they buy next? So it's just good to keep in your mind if you're thinking about like helping people in multiple areas like that.
Who actually wrote a book back in 2009 called 8-Ball Winning Strategies. And are you familiar with Site Build It there? And I think he's in Canada.
Who's that?
Site Build It, Site Sell. I'm trying to remember the guy's name, but I know he's from Canada, and he had a whole course on how to build a sales funnel. And so I'm a certified billiards instructor, a pool player, you know.
Dude, that'd be another great course.
Well, so I put one together back in 2009, and I did a funnel on the free fundamentals. And then I sold my book on ClickBank called 8-Ball Winning Strategies on the back end, but I had no upsell, no one-time offer. I did it all myself, no professional copywriter.
Yeah.
So in 12 years, I've sold about 400 copies of my book at $37.
That's cool.
It's okay. It didn't get me rich though.
Yeah. Well, let's hope you have better results here for sure.
Yeah.
All right, let's go on up to Patrick. Whereabouts are you calling in from, Patrick?
Get me from just south of Boston, Massachusetts.
Oh, okay, cool. So what's the town called?
Quincy.
Quincy. Okay.
Quincy, yeah, it's just south of Boston. So
that sounds like it would be important in history, political history or something. Did something big happen in Quincy?
We have the birthplace of 2 United States presidents, John Adams and John Quincy Adams.
There you go.
We're proud of that record. And we also have 2 other presidents that were actually born in our county. So George Herbert Walker Bush, as well as John Kennedy. So.
Oh, very cool. Awesome. So what brings you here? What are you building a program around?
So I got a couple of different ideas that I'm flushing out right now. I've done some real estate stuff in the past, but I also served for 18 years as the clerk of the probate and family court, which I have since recently left. Mm-hmm. And one of the things I could never invest in because of the conflict of interest was probate properties. And I found that not a lot of people knew how to find probate properties nor how to invest in them. And so I saw these coming across my desk on a day-to-day basis. Many people have tried kind of on their own through some quick online courses that they find. But I've always, and even in some of the big real estate courses that come into town, they show a portion of how to invest in probates.
Yeah.
But I've never found anybody that can actually do it. And so I did train a couple of people that I thought were interested in doing it. I did it pretty much for free. and
did they buy properties?
At it. And now that I'm out of the business, I look possibly to train on that.
Did they buy properties, those people you trained for free?
Yes. Yep. Yeah,
Okay.
I gave away leads all the time.
Bro, that is your video testimonial. Go back to those people and tell them, hey, listen, would you be interested in doing a little video for me?
Yeah.
Listen, I got to tell you guys, getting video testimonials, it will intensify the money you make. Like I can't even describe it to you. So much so that I've told hundreds of people that have come through our company in the past, if you're really serious about building a big business, Start posting on Facebook right now and say, hey, listen, I'm launching a program to help people buy homes through probate. It's an amazing deal. Most people don't know it exists. There's lots of properties there. And I'm willing to help a couple people for free in return for a video testimonial. If you're interested, type me in the comments. It is worth freaking doing it just to get those video testimonials.
Yeah, I'm excited about firing it up. Yeah, I'm going to dig back into some of the people I've already talked to. In fact, I was a guest speaker at a real estate investment association, and I gave my quick, 15-minute, here's what's all about. And I was rushed on the stage. How much for the course? What are you selling? I'm like, I have nothing to sell. I have nothing to sell. And this was about a year before the pandemic hit.
Was that video recorded?
Then, and the reason never came back around. So, but there was definitely a market for it, and there was a need for it. So
yeah. Was that video recorded? That talk you did?
Unfortunately, not. But I do have I've been on a couple of webinars that I think have been recorded, but it's easily replicated.
Yeah, if you guys, if anybody here ever gets a chance to speak in front of other people, like little kinsmen's groups or Lions halls, anything like that, take somebody with you with a freaking video camera and stand them in the back of the room and tell them, don't you take any video of me that doesn't have the backs of their heads in it. It is so freaking important. It just, these little things that people don't think of until after the fact, right? So you got to kind of train your mind to it. Okay, who has questions about what we've gone over so far? Anybody? No? Yeah, Marshall?
So in the beginning, you mentioned about putting that question up on a post, and you're talking about your personal page versus your business page. And because it's a post and not an ad, weight loss, Facebook won't mind about the weight loss.
No,
part,
because
right?
it's not your business page you're putting it on your personal page.
Got it.
Yeah, for sure. Won't be no issue at all.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. So guys, the last part of this whole concept that I was telling you about, it's really simple. When you are in the 30-day course builder program, there's a whole training in there about how to build the slides. And I give you copies of the slides. You're going to build out those slides exactly the same way you normally would. And then from there, you're going to, build out the funnel and do a live webinar presentation. And what I tell people to do when you first get that set up, have it all set up 2 weeks before your presentation and just promote the heck out of it internally. And that includes inside the Facebook group. So anybody that's doing a beta launch, you have my permission to promote it inside of the Authority Factory Facebook group to everybody else that's in the community. But you got to come ask me first. Just don't do it, because I want to make sure there aren't two people doing it at the same time. Your first sales are going to come from people in our company, from all of you, from each other, because we're average people and we all have problems that we're dealing with. I've literally bought 11 different online courses from my students because they're better teachers than me at it. And it's just a lot of fun. And that really is the concept all figured out. It works every time. People love it because here's something you always want to remember. Everybody knows. Let me just share my screen one more time. You're going to hear me talking a lot about this inside of all the programs. You're going to hear about this term called value ladder. If you haven't heard of it already, if you don't know what it is, it's kind of a neat little point. It's off topic, but it's kind of related. So what a value ladder is, let me just go get a clean page here. It's your business. And it's called an ascension model. And you want to start thinking about what that is going to look like for you. So you're all building online courses right now. So step one is to sell them an online course. But where do you want to take them from there? In my business, I have 2 online courses that are right at the bottom, which is the Writing Madly Weekend, which if anybody here wants to write a book, by the way, the next one is coming up in 1 month from now. And it's a blast. If you have not been to a Writing Madly weekend, it'll blow your minds. And then the other one is the 30-day course builder program. And my main program is called the Authority Factor. And it's everything I know about building a 7-figure coaching business. But I seldom ever sell it on webinars. It's a $1,997 program. And 90% of the sales come from the people that bought this program because they want to continue in a relationship with me. And then the next step after that is what we call Accelerate 365. And this is 12 months of coaching where you get to work personally with me, and I'm going to help you sell your stuff and everything. And that's $16,997 for a year. And then from there, we have a program called Accelerator. This is one-on-one coaching. And it's $50,000. It's for 6 months. And we build all the funnels. We build the courses. We do everything for the client. And I give them a money-back guarantee. In other words, if they don't end up making money in their coaching business working with me, I don't want their money. And then from there, at the top of the ladder is called my master's program. And this is a mastermind group. So all of the top, most successful people that come up this ladder, we develop such strong friendships. They want to keep working with me, and they pay $20K a year. We meet twice a month. We brainstorm on how everything they're doing in their business. I help them every step of the way. We have private one-on-one meetings. We go on vacations together. And that's what a value ladder looks like. And so what you want to start thinking about, and I don't want to distract you from building your course. You want to get that course done. But don't worry so much about what you're charging for your course. And don't worry about, maybe I'm charging too little if I only start with $297. Because another great bonus, so we go back to bonuses again. So far, we've talked about you having a Facebook group as a bonus. We talked about the small group coaching bonus that you're going to do for your beta launch. And then the recordings from that are going to go into your guide section, and they're going to be a case study afterwards. Well, another great bonus that everybody should do when they launch a course is I would say a 90-minute private one-on-one session where they get on Zoom with you privately for 90 minutes, and you're going to help them to put together their own personalized plan. Why? Because when your next step after here, very logical step for a new coach, is to do some type of 90-day one-on-one coaching. And this is what Dr. Stacy is doing, where she's making all the money in her business right now. She sells a course for $297, and then she does 90 days. And she has a business where she's teaching people how to live a vegan lifestyle. So she's helping them convert right into veganism. And she charges $19.97 to meet them once a week for 30 minutes for 90 days. Now, you're not going to do it forever at that price. You're not going to do this forever at that price, but that is just so freaking logical that having a bonus that's a 90-minute session, which is worth $500, makes a great bonus. Why? Because you can really get to know your clients. You can help them to tailor a program for them. You can also really get to know who has more money to spend and who wants to. And then you can present the idea of one-on-one coaching to them. And that's all she wrote. Any questions? Anybody get anything out of this session today? Were you glad you came? What was the biggest thing you got out of it today, Diana?
Actually, there were several big things. The free courses for video testimonials. I love the beta idea where you discount the price 50% to get a crowd the first time through, and then record it and use it as part of an evergreen process.
Yep.
And the idea of the 90-minute coaching private session, which I have a pretty decent offer stack, but that one bumps it up a lot.
Yeah, it puts the icing on the cake, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. So, and there's more, much more.
Awesome. And there's more. Hey guys, I really hope you enjoyed the show today. And if you did, then I want to take a second and invite you to a very, very special training that I did recently with a live group of students. I want to show you how to build, launch, and scale your own online course. In the world we're in today, over $300 million is being spent every single day by people who are buying online courses, who are buying online trainings. It's the way people want to learn today. Now, you might be sitting here listening, yeah, but I don't really know what I'd build an online course around. You're overthinking it. If there is any area in your life that you really enjoy doing and you're good at, a hobby, it could be golf, it could be tennis, it could be gardening, it could be anything. There are other people that are out there and willing to learn that skill. I'm going to teach you exactly how to figure out what will sell, how to build it, how to sell it, and how to create 6 or 7 figures online. The link to check out the training is in the notes below this video, so make sure you check it out.